Hey guys, I am here to warn you about a cryptocurrency scam that you need to be on the lookout for. Are you ready? Right now, right this moment, there's a cryptocurrency project out there and they don't want to be centralized. Sounds like a scam to me so far. There's a cryptocurrency project out there right now that doesn't want a central figure of authority or a cult of personality around its leadership. That doesn't want any leadership, that wants to be anonymous and decentralized. That sounds like a scam, for sure a scam. There's a project out there right now that wants to deal with scaling in an innovative way that uses groundbreaking technology and cryptography. Scam alert! And there is a project out there right now that's going to release all its code, open source, and allow it to be reviewed before it's even implemented. Are you guys ready to put the scam hammer down on this one? Let's get cracking. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Just a reminder, if you are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and give us those thumbs up. We highly appreciate it. I want to talk about a phenomenon that I've noticed in my personal life and that many of you have noticed as well. There are many people that are comfortable letting others make their decisions for them, and there are many that are comfortable going along with the flow. But we don't write songs about those people. We don't fantasize about being those people when we're sitting at the water cooler talking to the same people that we see every single day. We write songs about the people that change the world or that try to change the world, even if they fail. Something that's correlated to this is I really don't like bullying. I really don't like seeing people getting punched down at. And that's what I'm seeing right now. I'm seeing both these things happen regarding the MoneroV hard fork of Monero coming up. All right. Now, before we get into this, okay, I don't even have big holdings of Monero. But what I do not like to see is you have this big monolithic cryptocurrency like Monero that has a central figure, a cult figure almost in Ricardo and Fluffy Pony. And then you have this new project coming along, MoneroV, that wants to take an innovative solution to scaling, that wants to switch up the proof of work algorithm to get rid of botnets and to get rid of mining in the browser, that wants to have a full-time development team that just want to go their own way. But instead of support and well wishes from the larger community, they've received hate and vitriol and incorrect accusations of being a scam. And that I just do not like to see. So what I'm going to do as a public service announcement is break down some articles talking about how MoneroV is a scam and see if they make any sense to you when you actually run them through the filter of common sense and cryptocurrency know-how. Let's get cracking, guys. All right, our first article takes us to the armpit of the internet, reddit.com. And this is a post in the Monero channel. And it's right here labeled scams to avoid, which I already do not like that they're just going to throw that moniker on them. And this is a post by Harvey C48. MoneroV proposed hard fork looks like a scam coin. I recently discovered a proposed hard fork of MoneroV. A few issues I found after about 5 minutes on their site. 1. Their white paper links directly to the Monero white paper. Let's just stop right there, guys, and let's just go see if that's true, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and click on another browser tab here to get to MoneroV. This is the official MoneroV website. And I'm just going to click on white paper right here, as you can see, and I'm going to see where it takes me. Let's find out. Let's see where it takes me. Loading. Let's see, CryptoNote version 2.0, Nicolas van Saberhagen, October 17th, 2013. Do you guys know what this is? For those of you who have been around for a while, you're probably familiar with this. This is the CryptoNote protocol, very similar to the Satoshi Nakamoto white paper, that the entire Monero blockchain and Bitcoin previous to that was run off of. This is not the Monero white paper. This is the white paper for the protocol, for a cryptocurrency protocol that these privacy-centric coins run on. Not all privacy-centric coins run on CryptoNote, but Monero does. Bitcoin did. MoneroV will also. This is like accusing Bitcoin Gold of running off the Bitcoin blockchain methodology. Nobody makes that accusation. Why? Because it's choosing to run off a sound protocol. Accusing MoneroV of ripping off Monero by running on the same protocol that they're hard forking off of is ridiculous. This is literally the dumbest thing I've ever heard. So, getting back to Reddit. 2, there seems to be no hard facts about the technology that they will use. Well, I got their roadmap PDF pulled up here, and it says right here, as well as it says in multiple places on their website, they plan to implement Mimblewimble. And that's how they're going to deal with the scaling solution. Mimblewimble is one of the most exciting projects in cryptography that I've been talking about for a while. Check out the Grin testnet and support that project. So that's not hard facts about the technology that they're going to implement. Back here on the MoneroV website, they clearly say here that one of the things they want to accomplish is to mitigate unethical mining, to get rid of mining in the browser, to get rid of botnets, and they're also going to be ASIC hard. So implementation of Mimblewimble and a change in the proof of work algorithm for their mining, as well as other things that they want to accomplish in the future. And this done funded by a full-time development team, and they have the funding of the full-time development team clearly outlined in their roadmap. Back to Reddit and our Wonder poster here. As above, they have not stated any reasons why one would adopt MoneroV over Monero. And that is a subjective question. Adopting MoneroV over Monero is going to come down to your individual tastes, and granted, it's going to depend on the success or failure of either project. Monero could go on to do great things while MoneroV gets roadblocked, and MoneroV could go on to do amazing things while Monero just drops off a cliff. We'll just have to wait and see. However, one of the main points that I'd like to point out here, and what I like about the concept behind MoneroV myself, is the maximum coin supply, getting rid of tail emissions. I always thought that was a horrible idea. I never liked the arguments about how that was a good thing. I always thought that was fallacious. I always viewed that as another tax through inflation. The idea that they want to be truly private and decentralized by cutting out these central figures like Fluffy Pony so that development can go forward on a decentralized basis funded by a full-time team instead of just kind of at the whims of a freelance, if you would, developer that has a cult of personality attached to him. As well as a solution to scaling, because Monero, as it is right now, absolutely cannot scale. Its blockchain size would be something over like 5 terabytes if it were to handle the volume that Bitcoin handles. And who works for them finally? Well, they're an anonymous team, as was Satoshi Nakamoto. So, moving on. Next, I want to talk about this article over on Squawker. Now, keep in mind, if you just go to google.com and type in MoneroV, the first Reddit post that I just talked about and this Squawker article, they're going to pop right up. So I'm just going to go ahead, and you can read this if you want to. It's kind of a waste of time. But I'm just going to scroll all the way down to the bottom, and I'm going to read this last line. Bottom line, miners won't work for free. Keep in mind, this is talking about the trail emission concept that they're going to cut out and about having a maximum supply. And as I said, getting rid of tail emissions. Because of the dynamic block size, competition between miners will cause fees to decrease over time, no doubt. However, if mining MoneroV is not profitable due to a high cost and low reward, miners lose their incentive and will stop mining, reducing the security of the network. Tail emission ensures that a dynamic block size and fee market can develop. Without it, MoneroV has no way to secure their blockchain in the long term. Man, just reading that right now, it made me realize that this isn't going to work, guys. I mean, this MoneroV thing, it can't work, man. It's this max coin supply. It's not going to work. We need the tail emissions. The miners aren't going to work for free. But you know, it seems like I can think of a project that doesn't have tail emissions. That it seemed real cool when I read about it. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's that one. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Yeah, pretty sure that's the one. Whoa! Look at that price right there. Careful. Yeah, so that's just completely dumb. That's the dumbest thing I've ever read in that article, because nobody ever accuses Bitcoin of being unsustainable. Everybody says, oh, that's amazing. They're getting rid of inflation. It's a deflationary currency. This is what we need. No more money printing. Defund the government. But yet Monero V wants to do the same thing, and all of a sudden, no, that'll never work. No, the miners won't compete over transaction fees like they will in Bitcoin. It'll never happen. No, you got to have tail emissions. Just get out of here with this stuff, man. Like, say some stuff that's smart. Anyway, so that brings me to what is probably potentially the most infamous of MoneroV FUD, and that is Paul Shapiro, who is a partner over at MyMonero's article on Medium entitled "Beware of Non-Native Forks of Monero," or "Keep Your Private Keys Private." Now, I actually do agree with him on the privacy aspect, but there are some blatant biases and misleading statements in this article, and I'm going to go through and point them out because I feel that I have to. So feel free to read his article on Medium. You can find it just by searching for MoneroV Paul Shapiro or MoneroV Medium. I'm sure that'll pop up either way. But I've gone ahead and summarized his argument as follows. 1. MyMonero will not be supporting any non-native forks, including MoneroV. Now, while that is true, it is a misleading statement. All that means is that they're not going to do your splitting for you, okay? When you have a wallet with MyMonero, it's a web wallet, and they will give you your private keys. You can take those private keys to then use with the MoneroV wallet and claim your MoneroV. That's how it works with any other Bitcoin fork, for example. You have to input your private keys to get your fork. Now, if you want your splitting done for you, you're going to have to hold your coins, your Monero, on a relevant exchange that is supporting the fork. You can find that information at monerov.org. Now, holding your tokens on Monero, right, or on MyMonero, they're not going to do the splitting for you, but you're still going to have your private keys, and you're still going to be able to use that private key to claim your Monero, whatever was in your MyMonero wallet. So he doesn't come out and say that, obviously, and that's misleading to noobs and people who don't understand what they're really talking about. So, 2. It's dangerous to participate in this airdrop because you have to use your Monero private keys. And he goes on to talk about how this is a tinfoil hat, CIA, NSA attempt to de-anonymize the Monero blockchain. And I'm not going to get into all that. I don't think anybody cares. Although it is potentially a risk. I understand that. Like, people are kind of scared about stuff like that. Do I think that's what's going on? Absolutely not. I think this sounds ridiculous, but I get people's concerns over privacy. So, instead of causing all this FUD, why don't you just tell people the easiest way to take care of it? They're saying that if you pop your private key into this MyMonero wallet, then whoever's on the other end of that MyMonero wallet, if there is anybody on the other end, they could have all the information. Maybe they're not going to rip you off or steal your money, but they're going to have all the information about all the Monero transactions you've done from that private key. It seems to me then that all you have to do is transfer your Monero from one private key, the private key where you've done all your Silk Road transactions and you don't want the government to see all the drugs you've bought. You take that Monero V and transfer it to a new fresh private key that only has one input on it and no outputs. Just the input of you sending it. There's no other blockchain history for it to look at. I mean, it's just so ridiculous, the FUD that you're going to go out and try to create instead of just offering a simple solution to countermand these potential threats. Secondly, if you're concerned about potentially losing your Monero, okay, so you transfer your Monero into a fresh wallet, and then after the snapshot date, you transfer that Monero out. You can even transfer it back to your old private key. You transfer it back, and then you have a wallet with a private key that has no Monero in it. However, that's where the Monero was during the snapshot. You take that private key of a wallet that has no Monero in it, and you go to the MoneroV wallet, import that private key, and you get your MoneroV. So you have completely mitigated any potential risk, assuming the absolute worst of the MoneroV team, which I'm not doing. So why don't you just explain to people how to safely go about doing this? And that's something that the MoneroV team does do. I mean, right here on their news and FAQ page, they have all this information about how to safely participate in the fork. And they talk about only using the MoneroV official wallet, only downloading it from their website or their GitHub repo, how to extract it, waiting for the official open source release of the MoneroV wallet. And they say right here, and they say it multiple times on this website, how you can do this with an empty Monero wallet if you have just held your Monero there until after the snapshot date. So why don't you explain these things, how to safely participate in this hard fork instead of spreading all this FUD when you don't need to. It's completely ridiculous and it's unhelpful. 3, the wallet and the GUI are closed source and therefore not open to audit or verification. Well, you got it wrong again, Paul. So back here on the MoneroV website, right here, MoneroV's source code, including the MoneroV GUI wallet, the MoneroV daemon, and all other dependencies will be 100% open sourced and published on GitHub publicly for the community to audit before it is released in a downloadable form. Claims of closed source software are false. In addition, I just want to append to this paragraph above this where they say that there is two-way replay protection in place so that transactions on the Monero blockchain will not be able to be replayed on the MoneroV blockchain and vice versa. So they've implemented all this protection. They're going to release all this stuff open source. And there's your proof right there. They're saying right here, if you really are concerned that this thing might potentially be a scam, they have said they're going to release the open source code for all these things that you're going to need to use MoneroV before the snapshot date. If they do that and you look at it and it's fine, shut up. If you look at it and it's not fine, let's talk. If they don't release it, let's talk. I mean, it's that simple, but you guys are running around speculating on stuff that hasn't even happened yet and that they've come out and been completely transparent and open about. So there you go, guys. I hope you found this video useful. Again, I don't like to see people get bullied, and I don't like to see false accusations get thrown around. And so when I see bullshit, I'm going to call people on it, all right? And I challenge anybody. I challenge Paul Shapiro. I challenge that person who posted on Reddit. I challenge any person who disagrees with me on MoneroV to leave a comment in the section down below, and we can have a discussion, and we can talk about the actual code. We can actually talk about people. We can actually talk about fundamentals and philosophy and game theory and what actually makes sense and what is the most likely probability here. And as I said, guys, the proof is in the pudding. They said they're going to release this stuff. If they release it and it looks good, good. If they don't release it, bad. If they release it and it looks bad, bad. It's so simple. Don't spread FUD. Don't trust. Verify. Let's get our hands on the code and let's see then. And until then, just stop spreading stupid ass rumors that aren't even true, guys. If you have not already, head on over to crackingcryptocurrency.com. Check out the website. You can learn so much more about us. We have wonderful blog posts, and you can find links to the Discord to join our community, which we would love to see you in. We have a very active community. Or you can just go to discord.crackingcryptocurrency.com into your browser, and that will bring you right to us as well if you have Discord installed on your computer or on your mobile device. You can also open it up in your browser if you don't. We'd love to see you in there, guys. Have a wonderful day.